I'm Marcus.
And I'm Kitty, and this is Dating Detours.
We've dated the red flags, dodged the ghosters, and yeah, maybe joked around about poly.
And now we're talking to real people about what dating really looks like. The messy, the funny, and the surprisingly healing.
Modern love's a mess. Let's talk about it.
Let's do it. This is Raw, Unfiltered, first episode.
Welcome to Dating Detours, first episode, and we are totally winging this. We didn't prepare.
But you put the calendar out there for opportunities.
So we did go crazy, so look forward to hearing everybody's shit show dating stories coming soon. And yeah, I'm Marcus, and this is Kitty. And
I introduce myself.
Okay. And then introduce
Dad.
Right. And then introduce your guest.
Kitty. And we have a guest with us today, John Calabrese.
Hi. I'm John.
And so we're just going to have a conversation about some horror dating stories or, I think we're going to talk about energy vampires today. Energy vampires.
They take everything.
Okay.
So, John, can you go ahead and give us a little bit of a background about yourself?
So I'm just a regular guy. I'm a dad. I'm a dance dad, and I like to run a lot. And yeah, that's pretty much me. I'm a pretty simple dude.
Awesome.
I got one even better. Give us, I know you're not single anymore. Recently not single. We won't go into all that, but
Dating somebody nice.
Right. Give us your dating bio when you were out there looking. Pretty much what you just said, dance dad, and
So I'm not like a weird stalkery creeper too much. Not too much. Not too much. There's a degree of it a little bit when you're out there, right? I mean, you can be good about it though. I think you can be a good creeper,
right.
You can be you can have dignity and respect. But yeah, I just try to be respectful of others and not too creepy, not excessively creepy. Just just put it out there that you're a good creep,
Right.
That's what you can do. I mean, just don't be a bad.
No, what was your bio? Give us the hook.
Oh, to like attract people.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. It was pretty weak. I mean, I'm just like, I didn't want to sell myself that well, right? I don't know. Like, I'm pretty laid back. I mean, I feel like you just put a little bit out there, and if you can, get good energy in return, you can't force it. That's where you first immediately go wrong when you start forcing shit. Okay, cool. That's been broken. Yeah. Seal's been broken.
Okay. We'll try not to cuss too much because we are going to post it all over the place, but
Yeah, I'll be respectful, just like my stalkery on social media. But I feel like if you just don't force it too much, that's a good way to
It seems like the more pushier you are, the less likely it's going to happen.
Yeah, and if it does somehow happen, you're setting yourself up and your partner for some bad times.
Right.
Some dark times.
Some dark times. Yeah. I personally suck at online dating. I've been using AI to help me out lately. It's been going pretty well. I'm pretty.
He is that episode of South Park.
Sorry, I have to. So this morning I saw something. Remember the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix?
I don't remember that one.
So he falls in love with an AI. It's almost like it's really weird. It's like who's the Black Widow? Who's the actress?
Oh, is that Scarlett Johansson?
Yeah. So he falls in love with AI Scarlett Johansson over like his cell phone or something.
Oh, I think I know what movie you're talking about, but no, I never saw it.
Yeah, it like predicted the future because I think that's going to happen now. People are just going to be like, so they're going to be talking to AI more than they're talking to actual people.
This is true. This
This actually achieves in the podcast. This is where dating's headed now. You're going to be computers now because people just don't want to talk to each other anymore.
Yeah, and now we got Tesla robots. I seen like Kim Kardashian did a whole photo shoot with her robot, like
oh my god,
a sexy photo shoot too. I was just like, oh my god, is that Kim Kardashian with a robot?
So wow, is this? I guess that's the question though. Are humans just so like repulsed by each other yeah, we're going to be using AI and robots.
I think so. I think it's headed that way.
That's dark.
I'm seeing more and more of it every day.
Yeah, well, think back to the 80s, the Weird Science movie, man. They were making their little girlfriends.
Ahead of their time. Totally ahead of their time. It's like,
This is totally ahead of their time.
this is like what's happening.
Whoever made that movie now is like, I told you guys this was coming.
It was Elon. Elon saw it.
Right.
He made it.
Elon's evil uncle from the 80s.
It was like Field of Dreams, but
Elon Pearson
Yeah. I mean,
and Eddie Kim.
it's crazy for me because I've been doing the online dating thing since like chat rooms and AOL age sex location type shit. But it's still like awkward. And I'm just like, can we get off the line and like meet for a drink or something? We're going to know real quick if we're going to mesh or not.
That is something that an ex of mine did. I met him on a dating app years ago, and very quickly was like, hey, you know, I'm cool with talking to you, but like I want to know if we vibe or not. I don't was at the time. I don't want to waste my time. So
I appreciate
if we talk for 2 or 3 days and we don't make a date, like I'm gonna just stop talking.
Done. Yeah.
it's pretty brutal. I mean, like anytime I was matched when I did use the dating apps, like I feel like once there's so many memes about this. Like once I'm matched, then like then the conversation just stops. Like
Yeah.
like you know, okay, it's over.
It's so funny too. Like I see profiles now where they're like, if you start to convo out with hi, how you doing, how was your day, I'm instantly blocking you.
Yeah, or like
It's got to come out with the bangers right out lower.
Right.
I read somewhere also like millennials if you share anything too personal on a bio or anything like that.
Yeah, it's a turn off.
Yeah,
Major red flag.
You way to be you actually tell like honest stuff about yourself. Like that's horrible. Like I don't want to hear that.
No, don't be vulnerable.
Right, don't be vulnerable on a dating profile. You know what I think is really weird too? Like now we're getting into this weird dating crap online. Why? Like it's weird when people do share too much, but I find it weird when people make their dating profile all about their kids.
That's really weird.
I'm just like,
I've never seen that. I mean, I've seen.
I have.
yeah,
And or like they have pictures of their kid in the picture.
every picture.
Or other dudes also with the kid. So strange.
Now, yeah, I've seen some pictures that look like. Did you just really like that picture of you and your boyfriend? Did you go on your dating app?
Right.
Like practically hanging out with them in this picture. Like, what? How am I using this for your dating profile?
What are you advertising here? Is this like
Do we got a poly situation going on here? Like, you looking for a third? Like, what are we doing?
What's happening, guys?
And that's another thing. There on Tinder now, I've seen multiple times where there's like couples on Tinder talking about, yeah, looking for a third for me and my hubby.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen tons of profiles or ENM. Yeah, ENM. My wife knows I'm here. And it's usually a dude. It's usually a dude, though I have seen women too. But yeah, oh, my wife knows I'm here.
I'm like, does she though? If we called her and asked her, would she know you're here?
I feel really awkward though for them also. I mean, like that's the thing, they're living their life, but like when I randomly see it and I know the person, I'm like, damn, I didn't even know it was like that. And like,
Yeah.
I respect everybody. I'm not going to judge. When I was on there, I didn't care if people knew I was using dating apps. I'm here to party.
Yeah, exactly.
Like just being a dude. But like, yeah, that's a little bit different though, man. I mean, I don't know how to. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Kind of, it's kind of strange. It's one thing when you're out at the bar and like a couple tries to pick you up or something, but like online couples fishing, I'm like,
Apparently, it's really popular on cruises.
well,
People
I have
put,
heard that.
Like stuff on their doors.
Yeah, the upside down pineapple on the door.
And that means like, hey, we're here to party, like that kind of party.
I'm like, do you just knock on the door and like, hey guys,
Can I be your third?
I love the memes of
I'm here for the interview. Is there a casting couch in their room? I'm here to interview for the position, guys.
I'm here.
Here to assume the position.
Right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So let's talk about what was your favorite dating app that you had the most success on, and what was the worst one that you got the worst like results from?
Being totally honest, all of these suck. They're terrible.
Yeah,
like, I mean, there's not one better than the other.
I agree.
They're so impersonal. Again, like there's so much instant judgment. Like,
Yeah.
like I feel like, yeah, the most I ever like talked to somebody on a dating app was just like maybe like a few back and forths and that's it. After that, it's just like, okay, that's cool, but
Yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah. I've not done a lot of them, but I've done a few of them. And yeah, no, they all suck. I think I went on Bumble for 2 days, and I was like, forget this. And then I was like, let me try this Facebook dating thing. Nope. But 3 days, I was off. I was like, you know what, forget this. No,
I'll say this though, Facebook might be the best because it's free. Like the other ones are like super freaking expensive, and there's like I feel like there's absolutely no payoff at all. Like
and they try to lure you in for all the upgrades, and you can boost your profile to the front of the line for $4.99.
I'm not boosting anything.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've paid for premium on probably most of them just to check it out.
I think everyone has. They try it just to try it to
Try it out. And I've had results from it, but not really. I think I have better results on social media because we can really see each other, and I can tell what your life is about, unless you're one of those people that have a Facebook and never post anything. But for the most part, people are posting their life on their timeline.
I think also like generational too. Like I think for like Gen Xers and stuff like that. Like we actually talk to people, and we'll actually like look at their profile, like people's profile, and try to see if we can connect with them.
For sure.
On just dating apps, it might help for younger people just because there's like, okay, cool, whatever, bye.
Well, the thing that kills me is the ones that have absolutely no bio, no interest, just a couple of pictures.
I've had some that have tried to match with me that on Bumble, and they didn't have one single picture of themselves, not one. A picture of a dog and then a flames, and I'm like, am I dating a meme?
Yeah, what are we doing here?
Who are you?
Right.
Trying to impress me with your meme image?
Yeah. Well, it's funny, the other day, I matched with somebody that didn't have nothing on their profile, and I'm like, wow, nice to match with you. Wish we had something to talk about, but you don't have anything on your profile.
I imagine you being very, very beautiful. You could be anyone I want you to be.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is she AI?
Is this AI? Can I program you? Hey, chat, make her real tall and beautiful with big boobs, and can she be blonde with blue eyes?
Oh my god.
I wonder what the longest period somebody's been on a dating app for. Like, have they used it? Like, what do you think the record is? Like, just from the very beginning, people have been using them, or like?
I mean, I've been using them since day one.
Okay.
Yeah. Plenty of Fish was my first one. I think that was like the first dating app I played with.
I got married so young that I actually did not get into
The whole
that.
thing. You skipped the whole phase.
And then when we separated and I got divorced, I tried Bumble for a while. I met some people there. That was okay, and then dated somebody for a while, got off the apps, and then recently stopped dating that person. And like I said, tried Bumble 2 days, nope. Tried the Facebook dating thing 2 days, nope. But, I mean, I've met a couple of friends that way. I have like my friend Aaron is now my friend. I wear him on I think Bumble. And he's a really cool guy. He's just, I'm not gonna date you.
Right.
You know what I've heard though? I've heard Plenty of Fish from a few people was a really good one. Like I don't know if it's good now, but like
It used to be.
I know a lot of people that got married off of that app. So yeah, it was a good app.
Well, Plenty of Fish was like one of those ones that was like pretty much completely free. There wasn't much of an upgrade type thing going on. And now they've jumped on the ship and like, yeah, you can't send messages. Like, it's all weird.
They have experts now that like will actually like you fill out a questionnaire.
Oh yeah, the matchmaker.
Yeah, like you fill out a questionnaire, it finds all these little things about you, and then it actually like will try and match you, like your best match based on your questionnaire and their questionnaire and stuff like that. That one place downtown did that.
Oh yeah, they had the little matchmaker party, and you filled out the bio, and
I want to do one just to see.
I'm with you. That would be
Just
funny.
it would be fun. It would be fun to see like what my match is based off of my answers.
And then I get to meet them and I'll be like, oh my god, no.
Well, the question is, are we going to be truthful on all these questions? You know what I mean? Because it's one of those things like when you apply for a job. If you see John stealing $20 out of the register, do you A, run and tell the manager? Do you B, tell him you shouldn't do that? Or C, mind your own damn business? You know what I mean? So like, I imagine these dating questions being like that too.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
You know.
There's probably some funniness with that too. Like once you're matched up with somebody, like where did they go? Yeah, it's like a real life dating app. Like, hey, they're gone. I matched with them. They're gone.
One match.
They didn't even match. This is real life now.
Yeah. And they like ghost you. They're like, can I go to the bathroom? They never come back.
I'm still waiting.
Like, where'd my match go? I paid $100 to be here, guys.
They crunched some serious data for this, and you just walked out on it. How dare you?
Right.
How dare you?
Someone looking. Beep, beep, beep.
See ya.
Why? See, we can be judgmental in person too.
Yeah, exactly.
But don't take a dating app for that.
Well, the problem is, I mean, there's a lot of problems with dating nowadays, but it's always been like, first thing, I want to be attracted to you physically, right? That's what we're looking at first. And then we start going to the personality and if we're clicking and all the things, but
There is something to be said for seeing somebody and having that first, and because that's the first thing you see.
it's the first thing. It was the last thing.
You see,
Oh, wow,
first
she's
thing
cute.
how they look.
Exactly.
You know, that's not the be all to end all at the end of the day. You know, just getting to know somebody, maybe they're not your type physically, and by getting to know them, they're your type in every other aspect. But yes, there is very much truth to be said. Like that first initial look.
I think for me that's critical, but then also like nowadays, like mental health is terrible all around. I mean, you just don't know. You have to be really careful because you just don't know what's going to happen once you get help with somebody, and they're going to hide a lot, and you're going to hide a lot too. I mean, but at the same time, I think transparency is just the best thing, and the more you hide, it's just going to come out later, and it's just going to be more messy, and it's just not going to work.
No, I used to have a comedian friend here locally that had this little skit where he talked about dating, and he's like, as soon as the honeymoon phase is over, what's that one movie where I don't know, but he's like, and then the mask comes off, and she farts in her sleep, and she burps, and walks around scratching her butt, and like all these
Human beings,
things.
we all do that.
Oh, I get it.
I don't understand why anyone tries to hide that when dating. It's like, no, I don't fart. No.
Because eventually you're going to have to go, you know what? I do need to fart, and I'm tired of going away. I'm tired of getting up and walking away.
Making excuses. I need another drink of water.
Right. What was that sound? It was the cat. It was definitely the cat.
That thing, cat.
I mean, I guess that's a lot for some people, but for me, like, I can see past any of that stuff. I just want to make sure you're not with a psycho. Yeah, that's the main thing. I mean, like, just be honest with it. If you have tendencies like that, or
If you have traumas you haven't unpacked, and you tend to put that on everybody else that you're dating, maybe lead with that.
Right.
So I know what I'm getting myself into.
Exactly.
Don't let me play detective and find out. I mean, like, the thing is, like, when you're usually in too deep after
It's too late.
Yeah,
It's too late.
you knew there was red flags.
They kept going,
You just gotta. It's tough. It's very difficult.
Well, I'm always like had toxic relationships, so for me, I'm like, ooh, another challenge. Here we go, fixer. I know I can figure this one out. I got this one. I got it.
Guys, pro tip. You cannot fix them. You can fix themselves.
Hey, that goes for the ladies also. You can't fix me. You can't fix Dom.
Yeah.
He's a very handsome man, but he kills people.
Right.
He eats people.
Yeah. Talking about like the mental health thing is like, my theory is this, like, there's me included, like I feel like we've all been in one of those, like, I'm lonely, I really need somebody, I know I need to work on myself, but I'm fucking lonely. You know what I mean? So a lot of times there's people that are coming fresh out of marriages, jumping straight into another relationship.
What's that like?
Right. And, we all have those friends, and it didn't work. We can't judge, but, I'm going to.
Oh, you can judge me all you want. I know I made a mistake.
No, I think you hit it very good. Like, the loneliness, you see past red flags.
Yeah, you're like, I'm lonely, I need something.
Yeah, it's not that bad. We can make this work.
We're gonna make this work.
And then you moved in, and like you're like, what did I do?
Yes.
What on earth did I do? I've made a horrible mistake, and I've compromised my whole family. And
Yes, exactly.
I have spent a lot of time talking to my therapist about exactly why I did what I did.
I think now we're at that point where, like, I do care about your STD check, but I would rather have your mental health background first.
There's drugs for that and stuff for the most part.
Yeah, there's condoms and all the things, but I would rather know your mind state of your mental capacity.
Yeah, you can't fix that, and like, yeah, you're in trouble. The wrong person can take you from the highest place in the world.
Oh, they can take you straight to the dump.
Yeah, just to the worst spot.
But it's horrible. And some people, like need that. Shoot, we forgot to close the door, guys.
Hi, how's it going?
So what is your experience with that?
Yeah, let's talk about it. You're the guest.
So, I mean, like, I was lonely, just like we discussed, and, you know, like, there was somebody I reconnected with that I thought was, like, a healthy, person, even though there was massive red flags. I'm not going to even get into them to embarrass this person, but there was massive red flags, and I saw past all that because I really liked this person, from, before. And I thought she had it together, I guess, but then basically, yeah, I let her get into my head and really messed me up. And yeah, it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. It sucks too, like going from like just such a high, physically and mentally, just at such a low place where you have to start over again. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody.
Yeah, starting over. Yeah, it's very difficult, and as you said, you kind of get stuck somewhere.
And you have to interact with them, and you're going to have to see them, like, off and on too. And I mean, not that should matter, but it does. It just sucks having to deal with that also.
Well, I mean, some people are lucky to get out of a relationship, and it's like, well, it just didn't work out. We can be friends. Other people, no. You can't. Like, how do you expect me to be a friend with you with the way that you made me feel and the way you treated me? And
You dragged me through the hell. I'm glad. It's going to be very hard for me to like look at you, especially in public, like Red Rogers or something. Oh, like hey, there's the girl that ruined my life.
Right. You just want. Hey, man, Dan, nice to see you again.
You totally ruined my life. I hate you.
Right. Can you stay away from my car?
Don't come anywhere near me or any of my friends.
Right. Yeah, that's a big one too. I mean, in my younger days, I was like, whereas people would get so butthurt after breakups, I'd block everybody on everything. And
Hold on. Blocking is, I think, blocking therapeutic. I mean,
blocking can be healthy.
I think it's a necessary thing because there's some things like I don't want to see an ex doing, and like I don't want them to see me doing it. Right? So like it's just, I think it's healthy all around to just cut the cord,
just cut it. Yeah.
It was that type of relationship. Absolutely.
Well, I recently just had to do that with someone. Like that was very argumentative, and they sent me a message on one of my Instagram profiles because I got a bunch, I got the DJ, I got this, that, and the third, and they're like, how many profiles do you got, and you got to follow me on all of them? I was like, you know what, it seems like this really bothers you. I'm going to go ahead and just unfollow you, and I'm going to remove you from all my profiles, and we can just be done with this little shit show.
Yeah.
And all I get was a thumbs up. And I'm like, you could have just unfollowed me willingly.
Hey, look, red flag.
To me, the thumbs up, like the blue thumbs up, if somebody does that, just stop talking to them.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I hate to be like that shallow, but if they do that,
I'm totally gonna start thumbs upping.
No, I'll do it. I want to. Yeah, I don't want to see the thumbs up.
I had a girl that would get so mad when I would just be like, okay, as a response. And I'm like, why does that bother you so much?
Yeah, same here. That my ex was big on that. Yeah.
I'm like, why does that bother you so much? I just don't feel like putting energy into the response, and I'm agreeing with what you said.
I try never to get too bent out of shape about like the words people use, just because like I don't know what you're. I mean, like you must
be able to text. I don't know what you're.
Well, sometimes, and I don't use the. I really don't use the thumbs up. So if you ever do see a thumbs up from me, it was totally by mistake. I hit that by mistake. But I do say okay a lot, and for me, a lot of the times it's because I'm in the middle of something, but I also want you to be aware that I saw your message or whatever, and I'm following or whatever, and it's always kind of a marker for me, like. I'm marking that I've read your message. I understand what you're saying.
Right, I mean,
I just don't have like whatever I'm in the middle of. I don't have the mental capacity to like give you a further response. Normally, I do come back a little later and like expand on it or say more.
I'd rather that than just the constant text and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, like I'm always respectful of people doing stuff, and like I want people to know I'm also doing stuff. I can't get back to them either. I'm busy. I'm busy. But like, yeah. To me, that's kind of like a red flag. Also, if somebody's just constantly texting you and
needs your attention 24/7,
or need you on the phone when they're at work because for whatever reason you think you're doing things and
it's too much.
It's too much. Tires you out, and going back to like just really obsessing over language on text, like. I think that's just like a way just to argue, just to stay arguing, and that's part of the thing. Also, like just the constant texting, the constant staying in an argument to control and drill.
Well, that's a thing too. There are people that are like, we need to be arguing all the time for them to be like, this is a good relationship type thing. You know what I mean?
No, it's not.
Can't right. All you're gonna do is drain the person.
Yeah,
and they're gonna.
I was literally like, perfect example, a little bit deeper. I was talking to a friend. We used to date. Now we're just friends. She's out in North Carolina. And I'll check up on her like once or twice a year because she's batshit crazy and she dates crazy dudes. And she's ends up getting assault and battery charges, or they get him, they beat each other up. And I'm talking to her, I'm like, so what's up? You know, what's new over there in Dayton world? How many, fuck boys have you had since the last time we talked? And she's like, well, I had this really nice guy in a gated community, and all I had to do was feed the dog, and I was taking care of it. He was just so nice. I was like, oh, he didn't want to beat you up. I'm like, damn, poor dude. And she's like, so I ran off with the meth head. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with people, man?
Right. That's one thing, like, and I'm guilty of this from past relationships. Yeah, like they'll tell you, like, oh, like they keep blaming like their other relationships. They have a pattern of it. They go back to the same people.
Right.
Yes, I noticed that. That was a red flag that I avoided. It was always the ex-girlfriend was crazy. The ex-girlfriend did this. The ex-girlfriend was wrong. The ex-girlfriend hit me. Yeah. And then I end up in a relationship where all that shit's happening to me. And I'm like, wait, are you sure it was them?
Yeah. The rational ones are like, when they're like, they praise, give some kind of praise, or have some kind of working relationship with a, like co-parenting if they have a kid together or something like that. That's healthy in my opinion.
Yes.
If you have too many, like, oh, I did the method and blah, blah, blah. Like, he locked me in a room and whatever the hell was.
So we locked ourselves in a room and did meth together.
I mean,
like, it's just
Sorry, kids.
Yeah, exactly. Just say no.
It's a rough world out here, guys. It
really is. Yeah. I mean, talking about co-parenting, one of my biggest red flags. Yeah, let's play the red flag game. I like this game. Red flag.
Me and my friends, we call ourselves the Matadorables because we run headfirst into red flags.
do you put helmets on at least?
No, not usually.
Oh, damn.
Oh, is that a red flag?
Oh, shit. Gotta go check that out. But red flag for me on the whole, if they got kids and they're not co-parenting, there's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
If one person has full custody and the other person's not visiting the kid or all that crap, I'm like,
I do have a story about that. A guy that I met off one of the dating apps, the 2 days I was on it.
The 2 days.
The 2 days.
Out of the 100 matches.
This is how I know I've grown in dating, because before, they're like red flags, I'm like, what's that? Now it's not red flag. I went on a date with a guy. We had a good time. Spent a couple hours between lunch and went to an antique shop and shopped around and stuff like that. Nice guy, not generally my type, but he was funny and nice, and I was going to give him another date or whatever. And we get to talking and trying to set this up, and long story short, because I can make a short story long.
Yeah, we know. We know.
Long story short, get to talking, get to make up, start planning our second date, and he tells me, I asked about his kid. Oh, I haven't seen my son in a year. Okay. Well, maybe his son was with his mom in California somewhere.
This is true. You got to dig a little deeper.
Okay. I'm like, okay, and so, and I was like, okay, and so what does he live out of state with his mom or something? Oh no, he lives a mile from me. I starts getting a little wavier. Yeah. And then, so we go and pick a date to have our brunch date, and I'm like, he's like, I'll tell you whatever you want to know, soon, the next time we meet. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to meet again. You don't see your kid. Like, I have a kid, and you've been asking me about my kid yet. Right. Like, that's kind of weird. Yeah. And then I ended up blocking him. I don't advocate for blocking unless, you really need to for mental health reasons. But I ended up blocking him because, like, the next thing was, well, yeah, we can meet on Wednesday, but I need to make sure I leave in the afternoon because I'm going to be taking a card to my son and sign over my parental rights. Okay, no. You're asking me about my kid. You're showing interest in my kid, right. and you don't even see your own, and you're buffing your parental rights. What in God's name?
What is really going on here, buddy?
Is giving you the idea to go and sign over your parental rights to your kid. I can't think of anything that it makes sense to me and I'd be okay with.
Yeah, I can't figure that out.
If it's because you're a crackhead, well, I don't want to date you because you're a fucking crackhead.
Yeah, that too. That part too.
If you're a pedophile, hell no.
Right.
Like, what other reason would you have to sign over your parental rights to your student, your child?
Your student. Well, they are a student. Yeah. Sometimes we're their student, but whatever.
But you should be proud of me because that was a total red flag, and instead of running right towards it, I was like,
no. Yeah.
Well, blocking's empowering. It's nice. It's a good feature.
I think as parents, like, I don't want to be involved. I don't even want to be friends with shitty parents. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a shitty parent, I don't even want to be your friend, let alone have like relations with you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put my kid through that. No.
Well,
No.
one then furthermore, like, when I was younger, I didn't care. I'd bring girls around my kid. I didn't care, right? Then as I got older and just seeing the landscape in general of all the crap that kids go through, I was like, no, we're not doing that. I'm not introducing girls to my kid.
Yeah.
And all of that, we want to set a good example, you know what I mean? I don't want my daughter to be like, well, my dad was hoeing around my whole life, so must be cool.
I had 20 aunties last month alone.
Right. Oh, that's my favorite. This is Uncle Mark. Say hi to Uncle Mark. Well, why is he going to your bedroom at night? Uncle Mark's in your bed. Like,
It's tough. That's tough.
it's very tough.
Creepy Uncle Mark's in your bed, Mom.
Right. And I heard some weird noises in there. It didn't sound like uncle things.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even want to meet people's kids. You know what I mean? Not in the beginning, especially.
Yeah, I think so. With my ex, we went way too quick in that, and I really didn't want to push that. I think that just we end up moving in way too early, and like a lot of the stuff you just described, all that stuff is really bad. It's really bad. You have to take time, and you really need to plan it out, and just have structure for the kids. They've had enough going on after COVID and all that stuff. Like exactly. It's a mess at home.
Another messy relationship. It's already bad enough that we got our kids in broken families to begin with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then something else is like something that I try to wrap my head around is I feel like a lot of times people want to fast forward a relationship because there's restrictions. Like, I got my kid all the time, I can never get out. So if we just fast forward this and you meet my kid and everything's cool, you can move in and
No.
all these things.
Smart to take your time. Really just take your time, because not only are you giving your undivided attention to your child, which they deserve. Absolutely.
Exactly.
You're able to give some undivided attention to your new relationship,
Right.
and build on that. But also, you just gotta take your time. You can't rush into those things. You're also able to get time for yourself too,
Right.
and do the things that you still love. The one thing that happened to me, and I allowed it, so this is my fault. I just stopped seeing my friends. I stopped doing the things that I love to do because I was just so ingrained in this relationship and building this family after my divorce.
Happens all the time.
And so I lost a lot of myself. I lost a lot of my passions. I'm just now getting them back and able to do things. And like the other day, I was like, well, I really want to go to Pride Parade. I hadn't had the opportunity to do that since I first went, before I started dating this other person. And he was like, go, just go.
Right.
That's what you want to do, go. And I'm like, I'm not used to
Right. I think that my ex, she would just just kind of demonize the things I like to do, and after it's over, I still have to relearn how to like and be myself. I completely lost who I was, just trying to please somebody else that was just draining the life out of me.
Well, my biggest thing now is I'm quick to be like, this is me. This is how I live. This is what I do. I'm not changing for no one. I can compromise on some things, but for me to just quit doing the things that I do on the daily, like the normal, like the last person I attempted to date, she's like, well, you're social and I'm not. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry for you. You like the party. And I'm like, okay.
And
Everybody, and that's always a big one.
you know what you're getting into.
Right, exactly. I'm like, I've been a DJ since 2005. It's splattered all over everything. Everyone knows I'm a DJ. Yes, I like to party, obviously. I don't go to the bar and play music and not party.
I'm also a very social person, and I like social settings. I like getting out there. I like doing things. If you're a person who just wants to sit at home all day, we're probably not going to work. Now, don't get me wrong. I like sitting at home and watching movies and
Me
having a
too.
good time too.
There's times for
day
that.
in and day out. No, I like to get out. I like to walk around. I like to see things. I like to eat food. I like to experience new things. And if you're not that person, or you're not interested in doing any of that, we're just
I did not get matched. Well, it's like I told her, I was like, in the grand scheme of things, I know how this is going to play out. You're going to sit at home because you've already made it clear you don't want to come out and be social. And you're going to accuse me of constantly doing shit. It's going to turn into that, oh, you're out at the bar, or, oh, you're out doing this, you're out doing that. And I'm like, let's just not even go down this road.
I think you don't have to have exact mutual hobbies and stuff like that, but at the same time, you have to be open and understanding of what the other person wants to do and be mindful of it.
Right.
And you have to have the vibe that it's not gonna deter from their happiness if you do what you love to do.
Exactly.
So that's the main thing, and that's hard. That's hard to ascertain or whatever.
Anything, I tend to pick up on the things that the person I'm dating likes to do. I tend to like them too. So I
think
like
we
that
should.
plays into my new experiences.
Right. I think we should like want to explore new things.
To force them to do what I want to do all the time. I don't have to. I don't want to have to force them or have them force me or make me feel bad because I want to go do this thing here
Right.
and they're not interested. Fine.
Cool.
Don't be interested.
Peace out.
Cool. How about you go do it?
Right.
I think that's a tough thing. And when I say this, I'm not being mean, but like, yeah, if the person's just a loser and they're going to be mad, if they're just going to be mad about what you're doing and they're not doing anything for themselves, if they're trying to latch onto you just to like do whatever you're doing or just try to like, I don't know, make a name for themselves or whatever you've got going on or try to drain you of what you love.
Energy vampires.
Yeah, right. That's a loser. So I give you a perfect example of
Colin
that.
Robinsons.
Early on in my DJ career, when like I was in rockstar mode and all the things, all the girls would always first they'd come with me to see what I'm doing. They're like, "Is he out here being a hoe?" And I'm like, "No, guys, I literally have resting dick face when I DJ. I don't want to interact with anybody."
Only when you DJ?
Well, you know, I'm working on smiling. Someone DM'd me off of one of my stories.
Did you get what the girls get all the time? You should smile more.
Yes, one of my really good friends goes, "I know you're tired, but you really got to smile and have more enthusiasm in your voice."
I would have to agree with her.
Yeah, well, I'm working on it.
That is your downfall, Mom.
I'm working
It really
on it.
is.
I'm working on it.
But at the same time, though, if you have the fake, like,
You can't fake it.
you got Tom Cruise smile,
Right, it's got to be real.
American style, go, I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be here. I want to kill somebody. Oh my gosh.
Got him like behind my back.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm going to hop on this couch.
But that's right. That's what I was saying. Whoa, yeah, right. That's what I was saying. So these girls would come to my gigs, and one of two things would happen. They'd either get bored standing in the DJ booth, and then they'd get drunk and go mingle and turn into like
Do all the
slutty
things
bar
that they're
girls.
accusing you of doing.
Yeah, exactly. I literally, you won't hear the horror story. I literally came outside of my car and caught someone giving somebody a blowjob in my car in a parking lot at a gig.
That's awful. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. That's terrible.
So you know what I did? Like,
That's almost comical. That's almost like a
it is
horror
comical.
movie.
It is.
So just saw that in with Uncut Gems with The Weeknd.
Yes.
So
that's right. Don't you see that? Yes.
I literally like just shrugged my shoulders and shook my head and walked back in because I was running a beer pong tournament and I was like, I can't even deal with this right now.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
So they come in and I walk up to the dude and I was like, "You can take her home, dude. I'm not taking her home." And he's like, "No, man, it ain't like that."
It looks like it's like that.
It's definitely like that.
It is like that.
You know, really,
That's the weekend right there.
we're in Leesburg.
Oh God. Oh.
So I'm like, you know what? Good luck getting home because you're not riding home with me.
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Right. Somehow she beats me home as in my bed
Blowjob that
when
one?
I get home. And I'm like, why are you in my bed? Like, this makes no sense right now.
I was just practicing.
Wait, you're out of here. Yeah, you guys together. Right. Exactly. Hi, Felicia.
But so yeah, I've been through the ringer with that. Then they'll get tired of coming because they're like, okay, maybe he's not doing anything. He is actually just working. And they'll stop coming and then they'll sit back and just bug me all night. Like, when are you done? When are you coming home? And what are you doing? Is that one chick there? I see her looking at you last week.
You know, you don't have to be a DJ to get that from a relationship because
This is true. This is true.
who are you talking to? Why'd you hang up the phone on me? I didn't hang up. I lost service. Like, that happens. And I called you right back.
It does.
I can't hear you. You're in work. You have all these noises going on around. Well, move the car.
Right. I say all that to say that I think when it comes to this whole where are you going, I don't want to go, all that, I think there's a big piece that comes from trauma in relationships, me included. There was a time when I was very insecure with a girl and be like, no, you can't go out with your girls because you're going to do dumb shit. Because somebody in my past would disappear and go do dumb shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of it is we're also traumatized. We don't trust each other anymore. Like,
That's what therapy's for. I'm sorry. At some point, you just have to stop. You have to stop blaming your traumas.
You do.
on making you treat people that way. You have to work through them.
no, you have to. I
Pull
agree.
yours back into the I'm not going to fix you. You have to
Right.
fix yourself.
I agree.
I think that's part of the trap too. I mean, like if you start feeling sorry for somebody like that, they're unhinged and they're gonna throw all that back at you. I mean, you want to be sympathetic to that, but at the same time, you can't fix them.
No, the more you play into it, the worse it gets.
The downfall is going to be even that much greater. It will.
You know, the more you play into it, the worse it gets.
Yep. The less they move on to somebody else,
Right.
they don't get their traumas fixed, it's going to be 10 times worse with the next person.
Oh yeah, it gets worse every time.
Because you're traumatized from the last relationship and
Yes.
on the stuff you did or the stuff you experienced and all that.
Well, that's why, like, I kind of set people up when I first started talking to them. I go into that. Let's talk about your exes. Let's talk about my exes, because now I want to see how fucked up you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's hear how bad your last couple of relationships were.
Well, I think that if they go all out and just like blame that's the thing that gets me. Like, why are you just you're not gonna take any responsibility at all? Like, no accountability.
No,
I mean, if you,
it's all them.
I don't, from here on out, like, I don't care how much I like you. If you're gonna do that, I can't trust you. You're not taking any accountability.
Something.
You're
No, definitely accepted.
you're not going to acknowledge anything happened at all. Like, you're insane. Like,
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Now, I'm not saying like you deserve to get punched in your face because you wouldn't cook breakfast that one day. Like, you know.
But that's where that's where I think, like, yeah, definitely. Anyways, but at the same time though, we're like, you're like,
How did we get there?
they're using that to make you feel sorry for them,
Right.
so they can feel
For the other shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's messed up.
It is.
It's very manipulative behavior.
It is.
Very controlling.
It is.
But no, yeah, I mean, I've made mistakes, of course, in relationships and stuff. I, found myself in situations that I wish I did differently.
Yeah.
But we're human, and you either learn and grow from that, or you don't.
I kind of like, as we're saying, talking this, like, I just had a thought. I was like, it kind of like therapy almost needs to be like AA, and you go back and circle around and let's talk about all this shit with the exes and, I think that would be beneficial for everybody.
Therapy is wonderful. I love my therapist.
Imagine those circling back to all your shitty, if they're open to it. Normally they're not. Normally one of us is and the other's not. And sometimes it's
I
us.
have zero interest in talking to my ex. Zero interest whatsoever. There's nothing that I have to say to him. There's nothing I want to hear from him. I have worked through a lot of the stuff that I needed to work through in therapy. I'm still working through it.
Right.
I still have issues from it. But no, I don't. But I get what you're saying.
Right.
And that goes back to, like, sometimes you can be friends with exes and you can have a relationship, even if it's not a romantic relationship or with extras. But that goes back to, how that relationship was. If it wasn't bad, you just don't match, then that is what it is.
I've had some bad ones that I ended up being friends with way later. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to be that dude, like, I couldn't hang out with exes without wanting to bang him, and, like, typical douchebag dude, right? I'm like, I'm hanging out with my ex, gonna get laid tonight.
You're such a DJ.
Right, it's definitely from the DJ shit, right?
I think it takes like a lot of years to want to, for me anyway, to get back to that spot. I could be friends with somebody like that. But going back to like AA and stuff like that, I feel like in ways like therapy is more important than even the AA piece, because I mean the emotions connected to a breakup, especially a really bad one like that, we're discussing, like, especially with a lot of manipulation and a lot of just like losing yourself in that. I think that's really painful stuff. It is. I mean, that could trigger an alcoholic outburst or whatever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think that therapy is a good way to combat that, of course, and then just if you need to go to AA on top of it also. But yeah, I don't think people put as much I don't think they put as much into, like, the trauma stuff associated with the breakup, and they don't, and you got to take care of yourself, and they just blame something else, or just you got to take care of yourself.
Well, therapy in general, there's so many things, like, outside of relationships that play into all this shit too. Our childhood, like, all these things that we don't think about. We don't think about all that, and I'm trying to work through that as well, because a lot of it is the way we were brought up, certain things we experienced growing up. Like, I talk about this, like, now I grew up in the country, like West Virginia. It was the fairy tale land. Dad goes to work, mom stays home, takes care of the house. Dad gets home, don't fuck with him, he's been working all day. Don't talk to him.
Don't wake your father.
Don't wake your father, he's got to go to work. So all these fucking standards, right?
Yeah.
And now you know, we grow up and we get thrown out in the fucking wild, and it's like, whoa, where's all this shit I was looking
This
for?
is why your parents dating scene.
Exactly. That was
me.
that was my post. That was my post.
We got 5 minutes left. So, John, anything you want to talk about? Any stories? Any anecdotes, thoughts, feelings?
We just threw it all out there. That was the main thing I wanted to touch on. Just, you know, don't let people drain you, and don't lose who you are. You know, stay true to yourself, and, you know, if you see somebody trying to take that away from you, don't let them. You know, get out of a bad situation. Now, you're not the bad guy. Don't ever think you're the bad guy for getting out of a situation like that. And it's gonna sting. You might try to go back. Yeah. We'll try to go back eventually. But you got to be strong, and just, you know. Luckily,
stay your ground.
Stay your ground. Luckily, block them. Luckily, the person won't want you back. So that's, you know, just if okay. So this is my irresponsible approach. Say so much, just talk so much shit to the person, they won't want you back.
Right.
Just let it go.
Sometimes here's the problem. Some people enjoy that shit, and they want you even more. Then
that's not good. That's dark, man. I don't want to.
we will. We are both in that word.
You just summed up the 2025 dating scene.
Congratulations. Yeah, that's it right there. How messed up is that right there?
I know, right?
We're gonna be dating robots in the future. You're gonna do. Yeah, it's a bleak.
Right.
Sorry.
Look, and
Talk trash to me. Call me nasty.
Yes.
I love that.
I was gonna say, when we're in our damaged modes, we're gonna hit that button on the robot. It's like, go into trauma mode. Treat me like shit.
No, but that's how the Terminator starts. That's how the war starts against the machines. That's how Skynet starts. Basically, we're gonna give these computers so much trauma because of our own fucked up stuff. Yeah. We're gonna be fighting machines forever.
AI is traumatized.
We're gonna be fighting ourselves. Yeah, that's the problem.
Through the robots, man.
Yeah. Well, anywho, yeah, guys, this was the first good episode. The camera got jacked up. I looked at that, so we are gonna end up with audio and a little bit of video. Okay. But yeah, more to come, and thanks for joining us and talking some shit.
Yeah.
No, this is therapeutic. Thank you for having me on.
That's kind of what I think. That's kind of what it's meant for too. Is everybody just sit around and talk about it. And
I think the good thing about this too is that people will listen, and 9 times out of 10 when I talk about anything from my past, I've run into people who are like, oh yeah, that happened to me too.
Yep.
And so just kind of getting it out there and realizing like, hey, you're not alone.
Right.
You're not alone. This is a crazy, wild dating world. It is completely unhinged.
Yes.
And
You got Diddy running around now. We got all kinds of craziness.
but you're not alone. You're not crazy. You're not alone.
baby oil the same.
Yeah, Diddy messed up baby oil.
Can't even look at baby oil the same anymore.
Think about Diddy.
Take it off the shelves.
Yeah, take it off
Take it off.
the shelves.
Anywho, all right. Well, it's been fun, guys, and I'm Mark. And
I'm Kitty, and we had John here today. Thank you for being with us and just kind of shooting the shit.
we'll catch you next time, guys. We got a lot of people lined up. It's going to be a really interesting podcast with all the stories. I can't wait to hear them.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Dun, dun, dun. Stay tuned for all the horror stories. This episode is brought to you by All the Trauma.
And
Sound ring spaces.
And Skynet.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for Raisebase for letting us use the podcast studio.
Rise of the Machines.
Thanks for listening to Dating Detours.
If this episode hit home, follow the show and drop us a quick review. It really helps us grow.
And if you've got a dating story of your own, we want to hear it.
Hit the link in our show notes, be a guest, and keep navigating the chaos out there.
Keep dating, keep learning, and don't be afraid to take the detour.